Alright, so I've just been getting started on the van build. I got the van a few weeks ago, but I've been a little too busy with work. Some of the things I have done so far is add some of the sound deadening, which I'm not going to do a full install on that. That's something that I end up showing you a little bit when I do the headboard. I got to take the headboard out, put the sound deadening in, a little bit of insulation, and then once I get the Havelock wool, then I'll also insulate the top of the headboard in the cockpit. One of the things I did receive yesterday was some air deflectors for the front two windows. One of the things I really like in my cars is the air deflectors. You can crack the windows down a little bit, still drive when it's raining or something of that sort. I also like leaving them cracked in the summertime because it allows for some airflow. So when you get into the car, it's not as hot. I thought this would be a great idea to put these in the van because I'll be able to crack the two front windows, not worry about rain getting into the car, and it'll still give me airflow from the front to where I have my max air fan up here at the top of the back of the roof. And that'll give a nice cross airflow throughout the van, which will help in cooling. So one of the next steps, I really want to get started on the floor this weekend. Originally I was going to go with a radiant heat floor, which would allow for radiant heat to go throughout the whole floor of the van, as well as give me hot water and forced air heat. I've tried numerous times to email the company. I've not heard anything back. And I have a feeling that it's going to cost about $15,000 to $20,000 installed. And it's one of those things that I can't install myself. So I am going to go a different route. I'm going to go with just building a frame, gluing the frame down, using polyiso insulation in between the frame, and then put 3/4 inch plywood on top of that, screw it down. It'll be temporary for now because I'm not sure exactly how my layout's going to be and what all I'm going to do with it. But that is my goal this weekend. Now, to get the floor in, I'm going to have to make a template so that I can cut the plywood to size and be able to fit it in here nice and snug, and well, I will make everything look nice and clean. So that is what I'm going to try to do today, is scrape that template. All right, first piece is cut. Just traced out the line for the next one. Getting ready to cut that. And once that's cut, I'll trim down the boards and I should have the back section of the van flooring. Oh! Good morning, everyone. Day 2 of the subfloor build. Yesterday went really well. I got a lot more done than I thought I was going to, and I have to give thanks to Ruben and Melissa for that. They really helped me out and allowed me to focus on cutting of the plywood subfloor so I can get a nice fit and figure out how I was going to cut those pieces. Today we're going to finish cutting the wood pieces that will get glued down to the aluminum body. I need to sand those, paint those. I also want to add some more sound deadening to the wheel wells as well as to the floor. And once I get that done, I can glue those pieces down and then start measuring out the polyiso insulation. It's a 1 inch insulation that will then get fitted in between those braces. Still trying to wake up. Huh? What are you doing? There's Callie. What are you doing? Where are you going? Huh? Meow. You playing a little bit? Yeah? That's a good girl. Meow, where's your sister? Mm-hmm. What's up? What are you doing? What are you doing right now? I'm talking to Ryan in Colorado through his ring bell. Woohoo! It's getting there. It feels like fall. Well, I'll be glad to have you back. Hopefully, 2 to 3. Well, I really can't say much because I'm recording. So one day at a time. All right. Well, I'm gonna get back to work. All right. Have a good one. Bye. I doubt any of you could hear through the ring microphone, but that was Ryan, and we were having a little chat. He's in Grand Junction, Colorado, where I'll be in a few months, maybe. Don't know time frame. Anyways, back to work. Okay, so I cleaned out the floor, and even though this is a brand new 2020, I've already made a couple of scuffs, and I'm just going to use some primer and kind of touch those up, let it dry, just to make sure that I'm going to inhibit any rust that could happen. Okay, so this is the sound deadener that I've been installing in the van. I'm going to cut 2-inch strips and place them in between the ribs of the floor, which will help cut back on some of the vibrations. Probably don't really need it, but I have it and I might as well utilize it. I still have plenty to put into above the driver's seat and passenger seat when I go and do that and insulate. So all I'm going to do is just measure off 2-inch strips. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 18. Same thing over here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 18. That's cool. Praying mantis. I'm not sure if I was going to be able to see those this year since I'm not at the home. He's cool. Alright, so these 2-inch strips of butanol are pretty easy to install. They do install a lot easier when they've been warmed up. I've actually set these out in the driveway and let the sun just warm them up. If you can't do that, use a heat gun. But you just set them down like this. Screw them out. And you use a roller. Just make sure that they are then just make sure that you smooth everything out so that everything is sticking. All right, wrapping up day 2 of the floor install. As you can tell, looks like a mess in here, but I've got about half of the boards laid in and glued, and that's why all this stuff is in here. It's just weighting it down. So hopefully it sticks. And we'll see. But so far, I'm going to call this a win. Busy weekend.